What's going on there, guys? We back with another one. I want to touch on this Clarissa Shields, Layla Ali, just a little bit on today, as a lot of people's talking about it, man. We're gonna get into some of the things they said. I really like both boxers, I remember years ago Layla interviewed Clarissa, was giving her advice and all types of stuff. But these relationships, your idols can become your rivals, and you know, I don't want to say what happened or over speculate. I'm just gonna give my 2 cents on this. Let's check it out.
This one hurt me, man. What happened with you and Layla?
Oh.
I knew y'all had history,
hmm
but I had forgot all the history y'all had. You said at one point in time you had Layla's number in your phone as Big Sis Layla.
Yep.
How did we go from that to here?
I won a world championship at 168, super middleweight.
Okay.
She was champ there. And then people started making comparisons. That's when like the texts and the good luck stuff from Layla stopped.
Really?
I know a mutual friend was at one of her fight parties that she threw for when I was fighting, because we was cool like that. She threw a fight party. She had a fight party up at her house for me. And once I won the fight at super middleweight, I think in the interview they asked me, Claressa, so what did it say? I'm like, this proves that I'm the best woman fighter in the world, And I think that may have rubbed her the wrong way. And I think from what I heard, people that was at her party was like, oh, Laila, she'll give you a run for your money. And I feel like she felt some type of way about that. Do I still want to fight you? Yes. But do I love you? Yes. And do I think that you did a lot for women's boxing and for me? Yes. So it can be reconciled if you wanted to. If you don't want to, that's fine too. But I don't have any, I don't wish bad on you, and I wish you and your family well. And if you ever want to fight, it's still on the table. Even spar, But I don't think that we have to go in life, hating each other. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't hate her.
Now, Clarissa and her team was seen in a video at a round table presenting a $15 million challenge to Layla Ali. Now, we know Layla, the ages don't match up. Wouldn't really make any sense for her to come back at this age. That would have had to happen years and years ago when Clarissa was younger and Layla was at the tail end of her boxing career. Because right now, even if Clarissa did win, we would look at it as Layla is so far out that she basically just trained to try to come back and get in the ring. But we're gonna get into more details about maybe what went wrong with these two.
This one is so detached and delusional that she actually praises my father while trying to trash his daughter.
Yeah, we had Laila Ali, but she can't do for women's boxing what I'm doing. Because I kind of feel like God wants me to be like the next Muhammad Ali. Because I kind of feel like God wants me to be like the next Muhammad Ali. I think it's Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, me. That's it. Learn from Muhammad Ali. If you don't validate yourself first, nobody else ever will. She wants to be like in the public and keep her name tied to mine because I'm young and popping. Right now, it's my time. And she wants to keep her name connected to mine. Listen, Muhammad Ali would never. Her daddy would never. Her daddy would never. Maybe she don't have that in her genes.
Now, what father would embrace someone like her or want to be associated with someone like her while she's trying to tear down his very own child? My father was the greatest of all time because not only did he have a beautiful, one-of-a-kind style in the ring, he was also a remarkable individual outside of it. He used his platform to uplift and inspire people. He carried himself with integrity, kindness, and grace. He was someone our community could be proud of, and he represented us well. You know what my father would say? She's a generic wannabe. My father would not want to share his name or image with her. She does not represent anything about him in the ring or outside of the ring. Now, many of us, including myself, had high hopes for her. I supported her. I sent her off in the right direction, but she has become a disappointment. She is a horrible representation of both the sport and our culture.
Beneficial. Fuck them if they win against you. You don't need some bitches with you. Her man ain't got no balls, so you know he's big little. Not them fake hoes, do it for the real women. I ain't fucked this nigga 2 years, still bitching. Girls who think they just so pretty, and just because they born light skin that they just all that. That they can come on people's shit talking shit. I look better than you. I look better than you, so you can get off my shit. Light skin, red bone. Yeah, get your funny looking ass up out of here. I don't play with these hoes.
You have a clear picture of what our relationship was and what exactly happened in the past that led to today. Now, do you believe I'm jealous of her accomplishments?
Went against her advice, and I was the first woman to make $1 million in women's boxing. Before this interview on The Breakfast Club with Laila Ali, me and her were very friendly. This is what ignited the entire beef.
You got Claressa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. She went to the Olympics, won twice. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually fights at the weight class I fought in. And she's doing great. I mean, it's still not what I would have wanted. I would have wanted more because I have a big picture in my mind. It was great.
Would you ever get back in the ring just for fun, shits and giggles?
Money right, Laila there, and I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
She claims that I took this out of context. And one thing I will say, she wasn't just saying that I wasn't good enough to inspire her and to give her a challenge. She was saying that all the women who were currently boxing could not give her a challenge.
Do you think Ronda Rousey, would you be able to take Ronda Rousey?
And no woman can beat me, period. No woman, period.
Not even Ronda?
Of course not. She's too much smaller than me anyway. She's like the size of my daughter, my 3-year-old.
In Laila Ali video, she says that I have become a disappointment and a bad representation of our sport and culture. When Colin Kaepernick started to kneel to protest racial injustice and police brutality, it was a chain reaction. The world was tired of seeing unarmed black men being gunned down and killed by the police. Everybody came together to fight and stand united under one slogan: Black Lives Matter. Instead of joining the fight, this is what Laila Ali had to say. Play the clip.
You're black, but we as black people are not calling the shots. We're not in charge. You have to fit in. You have to conform to a certain extent, but still try to be true to yourself. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like with me, for example, I don't a lot of times just post that I like, that I might see that are very pro-black, but I won't post it on my Facebook page because I have fans from all races, from all around the world, and I don't ever like to make people feel separate, and sometimes they do, like when you just be like, Black Power, I love my, so it's like, I think it's time to I like the all lives matter, or all lives matter, and that's kind of what my focus is, but it's hard, because, you got sponsors, and you got this, and you got that, and you don't want to step on anybody's toes.
Claressa Shields.
Watching Claressa Shields.
Okay.
We're not even in the same weight class. I know that she walked around heavier, but that would not happen. And not simply because she's not strong enough, okay, because I would definitely knock her out. But because she's not talented enough to beat me. You're talented. You can box. You can.
Every female fighter who wins a WBC title receives her belt with my face displayed on it. Now that truly is something special to me. So, did her plan work? Did she make me mad enough to come out of retirement after 18 years and start training again to make her dream of fighting me and having a big payday courtesy of Laila Ali come true? Absolutely not. After years of blatant lies and vile disrespect, making unsolicited negative remarks about me, questioning the legitimacy of my boxing legacy, and having the audacity to cross the line by disrespecting my deceased father, trying to use his name to discredit his daughter.
Listen, Muhammad Ali would never. Her daddy would never. Her daddy would never. Maybe she don't have that in her genes.
She will not be rewarded with the opportunity to share the ring with me or anything else. There's your answer.
Now, in Claressa's case, you can only get let down when you see somebody in that way, right? You want to be like that person. And I think that's what's being lost here. The role that Laila had a chance to play and the role that Claressa was to play, the little sister, big sister. And I think, a lot of things can be true. You could see that young new person coming up, that you got Bud Crawford and other people putting her above you. And you like, wait, I did this for the whole women's sport, to be looked at the way that it's looked at. And you can feel like you played a mentor role in that. And Clarissa, from her standpoint, you could be like, it's like, okay, I'm here now, and oh, I surpassed you. All those thoughts can creep into your head. Um, I think a lot of the things that they just showed, as far as interviews, you got Layla saying nobody, no woman can beat me. Just pretty much as a fighter, that's your mentality. So when you start to hear this up and coming person is going to be better than you or could challenge you, that's just you gotta be like that in your mind. And I don't think you can cut that off. You can't turn that off. Um, and Clarissa, when you are the champ like she is, you got that too. So you just got two people that got that in them. Now, I think, the thing that shocked me is, with the generation difference, I would say Clarissa should look at Layla as somebody that passed. I know that's the one, that's the name that would be nice to beat, but that's supposed to be like big sis, and Layla, that's supposed to be little sis. I think you guys can definitely talk about this. I mean, I know she said that she disrespected her father, but it's flattery. It's flattery. You know what I'm saying? And Layla definitely respects Clarissa too. Um, I think it's just a lot of things have been said in public, and they feel away, but they know that the other person is like that, and it ain't no way around it. Now, as far as uh, some of the things where Layla was talking about colorism with Layla, and then you had uh, uh, Clarissa showing that Layla was talking about all lives matter during the Black Lives Matter period. Let me say something about Black Lives Matter. It's gonna be controversial, but shoot, I might as well talk about it. I remember it was some black dude in California. I think he had an interview many years ago, and he owned Black Lives Matter, and um, he was really trying to do it for the right reason. It was on a much more small local level, but when that group got it, I didn't support it because I went to the website. I like to actually read what I support, and one of their statements that they deleted off their site later when it got a little backlash, people started to wake up to what they were, says, to destroy the nuclear family, not wanting man, woman, and child in the home. And, it just I was like, this cause is a little different, than what's going on. Like it's using the things that's happened or using the things that's happened with Amar Arbery, um, what's my man name? Philando Castile, all these people, George Floyd, using these incidents to push their agenda. But I don't think much of that organization. And we found out, people was their money had gone to some of the leaders buying themselves homes and things like that, and kind of fizzled out. So I don't just jump on those movements, but I do agree that Black Lives Matter, and we have to look at ourselves. We got to look at the things that's happening around us, and also definitely police is right up there at the top. Like I always say on this channel, I had an interaction with the cops one time. I was just a teenage kid coming home from work, and they pulled me over twice. Like I literally went to a stoplight. Well, I was headed towards the first stoplight. They stopped me. I made a right at that stoplight. Drove about a football field to um, another stop sign, and they was pulling me over again, and they was aggressive the second time. I'm just a kid coming home bagging groceries, things like that. So I do look at it. I just think the right people has to be behind those movements, and it has to be not a cause just tied in with another cause that they really want to push. Um, but yeah, but as far as these two ladies, man, I want to see. I do want to see them come together. I want to see them come together. I want to see them come together. I really I love what both of them has done for women's boxing. Claressa Shields fights a must-see TV. Laila is the person that sparked that type of interest, being Muhammad Ali's daughter. Um, her being that was like the perfect protege to come under her. And I look at the way Mike Tyson revered Layla's father. I would just like to see Claressa and Layla's relationship be like that. Not blaming one person or the other, because I've learned not to do that when I'm not in those rooms and involved in those conversations. But let me know what you guys think in the comments about all this. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.